two sample t-tests. We will be using two different samples. For example, I want to check whether there is any difference between gender and GPA score. Generally, people have a notion that gender-wise, there may be a difference in marks, performance. So we'll be using this gender and GPA score. And we will make a null hypothesis in this form, madam.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Two independent sample t-test. The test which you will be using in this case is two independent sample t-test. What the test says, null hypothesis says there is no significant difference between male and female GPA score. There is no significant difference between male and female GPA score. Now, why I am using two independent sample t-test? I have a small list of tests which must be used. Now, when I'm talking about gender and GPA score, madam.
Yes, sir.
Gender is independent variable.
Okay, sir.
GPA is a dependent variable.
Yes, sir.
Because the score depends on the gender.
Okay, sir.
And this independent variable is nominal data because it is male and female, right?
Okay, sir.
But when I said the score is a scale data. And I'm expecting that this GPA score is normally distributed. ND means normally distributed. Then only I will be using two independent sample t-tests. And important condition is that this independent variable, which I'm saying as gender, it exactly has only two levels, that is male and female only. Then only I will be using t-test. Is it okay, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
If it is more than two levels, then I must use ANOVA.
Yes, sir.
You can see here ANOVA. ANOVA is one way ANOVA is used when their levels are more than two.
Okay, sir.
But if the dependent variable which is gender and independent variable is gender, dependent variable is GPA score. And I want to test, is there any significant difference between GPA score, difference between male and female towards the GPA score I'm saying. So when you want to test this one, the method which I'm going to use is called two independent sample t-tests.
Okay, sir.
Important point when we use a t-test is it should have only two levels. And this male and female nature is independent.
Okay,
What's the meaning of independent? Male has nothing to do with the female. This is a different group of people and their females are different group of people.
Yes, sir.
So when the nature is independent, then only we will be using two independent sample t-tests. Right, madam?
Okay, sir.
Right. Now we already framed a null hypothesis and we are going to go for analyze. In the analyze, compare means an independent sample t-test. Here the grouping variable that is a dependent independent variable is gender. We'll take gender and enter them as 1 is male, 2 is female, and GPA score I'm taking. Right, madam?
Yes, sir.
Independent variable is a gender, dependent variable is a GPA score. Click OK. Now here is the output. Independent sample t-test. You can see for male, the GPA score is 2.89, around 2.9 it is. For female, it is 2.59, around 2.6, right? So I can find there is a difference between the performance of male and female.
Yes.
But is it significant or not? That is my hypothesis. I am saying that there is no significant difference between male and female. So we must go to the t-test value, madam, here.
Okay.
In the t-test, you see the significant value. The significant value is 0.048. If this value is less than 0.05, we reject the null hypothesis. We reject the null hypothesis means we are saying there is no difference. That we are rejecting means there is a difference between male and female towards GPA score. Means performance of male and female are different. Is it okay, madam?
Yes, sir.
So this is two sample independent. I have shown the conditions under which we are going to use this two independent sample t-test. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Right. In data analysis, the first point when I started analysis, I said we need to check first the data type. Second is measurement type. If the data measurement type is scale, you must see whether data is normally distributed or not. Right, madam?
Yes, sir.
And if the data is normally distributed under the condition that the independent variable, that is gender, is exactly 2 levels, I'm using one independent sample t-test, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So these conditions must be taken into consideration before we start the test, madam. So this is the condition under which we use two independent sample t-tests. Now, if the data is dependent, then we will be using same conditions. Independent variables are nominal only, and a dependent variable also is scale data. We will be using paired t-test. Paired t-test is used when the data is dependent. For example, I'll show this example. You can see the students are conducted different type of testament, teaching method 1, teaching method 2. Okay. And I want to check, is there any significant difference between teaching method 1 to teaching method 2? This is paid sample t-test. Why we call paid? Because same 105 members we are taking. We have conducted test for these people in different methods. We have taken in a standard teaching method, and with some animation method, we have some sort of audio video method we have taught them. And we want to see where there is any significant difference between teaching method 1 and teaching method 2. Then we will be using paid sample t-test. Is it fine, madam?
Yes, sir.
Right. So let us go to analyze, compare mean. Here we'll be having paid sample t-test. So training method 1 you can take, and training method 2. These are two different methods, but the data here is in scale data only. So I'm saying okay. Right. Now we must have a null hypothesis. The null hypothesis for this case is there is no significant difference between training method 1 to training method 2. There is no significant difference between for marks between training method 1 and training method 2. See the mean value. Training method 1 7.47 score, but training method 2 the mean is 7.98. So there is a difference between here. Training method 1 is less performing and training method 2 is more performing. It is performing more than training method 1. But is it significant or not? We need to check this one. So for checking this one, we must see paid sample t-test. Directly we can check the significant values. If the significant value is less than 0.05, if the significant value is less than 0.05, we reject the null hypothesis. So it is 0.005, which is less than 0.05. So we accept or reject. We must reject the null hypothesis. So when we reject this null hypothesis, it means there is a significant difference between training method 1 and the training method 2. Able to follow, madam?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. So I'm saying about different methods, madam. Like I said, first one is two independent sample t-test. You can see what is the independent sample we have, how many levels it has, and what is the dependent. Under this condition, we'll be using two independent sample t-test. If it is dependent, then we will be using paid t-test. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
If independent value is only one variable, but more than 2 levels, then we will be using one-way ANOVA. One-way ANOVA. Same conditions like t-test, but t-test is used only when we have 2 levels. But if it is more than 2 levels, we will be using ANOVA. Right, we'll see the example here for ANOVA. I want to check, is there any significant difference between specialization and GPS score? Specialization, I have more than 2 levels: marketing, finance, and HR. Okay, madam.
Yes, sir.
And GPS score is a scale data. GPS score is a scale data, and the independent variable specialization is nominal data. That's what I'm saying. The independent variable is nominal data, and the GPS score is scale data. The independent variable is nominal, but we have marketing, finance, HR more than 2 levels. Dependent variable is scale data. Then I will be using one-way ANOVA. You can go to analyze and compare mean and one-way ANOVA. Okay, when you click one-way ANOVA, I'm taking specialization as a factor and a GPS score as a dependent variable. GPS score as a dependent variable. Now, null hypothesis is that there is no significant difference between specialization towards GPS score. There is no significant difference between specialization and GPA score. And when I click OK, I'll get the output. This is the output. ANOVA, you can see the significant value. What is the significant value, madam? 0.055.
Yes.
Which is less than 0.05? No, it is more than 0.05.
Yes.
The null hypothesis we have framed is there is no significant difference between specializations towards GPS score. Means marketing, finance, and HR, we have specializations. I want to check whether there is any difference between these 3 specializations towards getting marks. System says we cannot reject the null hypothesis. If it is less than 0.05, then only we are going to reject the null hypothesis. Else we are going to accept the null hypothesis. Can we answer some queries, madam, if you guys are having any queries?
Sir, at the last of this session, we will be posting the questions, sir, by the participants so that you can answer that question, sir.
Right. Am I going speed, madam?
No, sir.
Is it okay?
It's okay, sir.
Right. So this is ANOVA, madam. ANOVA, we have simply said that is there any significant difference between specialization towards GPS score? So independent variable is only 1. Dependent variable is also 1. That's why we call 2 sample. But the independent variable, which is nominal, which is more than 2 levels. But a dependent variable scale data, and which is normally distributed. Then we'll be using one-way ANOVA. Right. Next, we'll be seeing about repeated measure ANOVA, madam.
Yes, sir.
Repeat ANOVA measure is also same. Independent variable nominal more than 2, but data is a dependent. They're not independent. Like we have taken marketing, finance, HR. Marketing group is different. Finance group is different. HR group also is different, right?
Yes, sir.
But if you want to check between 3 methods like teaching method 1, teaching method 2, and teaching method 3. I have teaching method 1 is standard method. On board we are teaching the students. Second method is we are using some sort of audio video method. The third method is experimental method, if you take consider like that. I want to check, is there any significant difference between teaching method 1, 2, and 3 towards a GPS score? Then I must use repeated measure ANOVA. Is it okay, madam?
Yes, sir.
Right. So same again, null hypothesis we are going to create that there is no significant difference between, teaching method 1, teaching method 2, and teaching method 3. Right. And if it is less than 0. If the significant value will be less than 0.05, what we do? Always we reject the null hypothesis. If it is more than 0.05, then we are going to accept the null hypothesis. Right. Analysis is very simple. We are going to go for general linear model in this repeated measurements. I think we are going in a very high speed. I don't know whether
No, sir, we are following, sir.
so many methods we are discussing continuously without break. Right, repeated measure. So the method, the analysis part is analyze. In analyze, we'll be having general linear model. In general linear model, we have repeated measure. Okay, so how many levels I want to use means I'm saying 3 levels I'm using. Don't bother about this. We'll take about teaching method 1, teaching method 2, and teaching method 3. 3 methods I want to compare. When you compare only two methods, we can use paid t-test. But if we are using more than 2 methods, then we must go with repeated measure ANOVA. Click OK. Okay. This is repeated measure. You can see directly, madam, here the scarcity assumed. This value we'll see. There's so many things to be discussed. You can understand so many things. Data is system generating so much values. But directly we want to see where there is any difference between teaching method 1, teaching method 2, and teaching method 3 means directly you must see this significant value. The significant value is how much? 0.001, which is less than 0.05. So we reject the null hypothesis.
Yes,
We are saying null hypothesis, there is no significant difference between teaching method 1, 2, and 3. But system is saying there is a difference between teaching method 1, 2, and 3. So we are rejecting null hypothesis. We must see the scarcity assumed value only. There are so many other parameters to be discussed, but directly I'm only focusing on whether you're going to accept the null hypothesis or reject the null hypothesis. So we say we reject the null hypothesis. So this is what is called repeated measure ANOVA. Till here, madam, if you see, all these values are only single values, one independent variable and one dependent variable, right? But if the independent variable becomes 2, we have 2 independent variables and only one dependent variable, then we must use two-way ANOVA. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Right. But what is happening? The intensity of the analysis goes on increasing now from here onwards. We are saying that instead of one dependent variable, we are going to have instead of one independent variable, we'll be having 2 independent values. But dependent is only one. Then we will be using two-way ANOVA method. Independent value variable is nominal. Levels are more than 2 only. They are independent. But dependent is a scale data. Then we will be using two-way ANOVA. Right, you can see this one data. I have ability of learning, different methods. Ability, there are 3 types of abilities are taken. And method, there are 2 types of methods are taken, blue book method and computer method. You want to see whether there is any difference between the score. Ability and method, these 2 are independent. And score is dependent. And you can see ability and method both are nominal data. Score is only scale data. And I want to check whether there is any significant difference between the combination of ability, method towards a score. We'll be talking about interaction here. Means as we go on increasing the test, madam, the complexity increases. Is it okay, madam?
Yes, sir.
Because we are going on adding. Simple value is one sample, I said. First I said is one sample t-test, right?
Yes, sir.
We have only one variable. But see, as the number of variables are going on increasing, the complexity of the data goes on increasing. So in two-way ANOVA, we will be having 2 independent variables and only one dependent variable. And this independent variable is nominal and the dependent variable is scale. when you want to do this analysis for two-way ANOVA. And what is a null hypothesis? There is no significant difference between, we'll have two null hypotheses here. One is we are going to check with ability to score. Second one is a method to score. And even we can check the interaction of ability and method also. Three null hypotheses we can form here. The first one is ability, second one is method, and the third one is interaction of the methods. The first null hypothesis we can frame as there is no significant difference between ability towards the score. Second null hypothesis, there is no significant difference between the method towards the score. Third null hypothesis, there is no significant difference between the interaction of ability and the method towards the score. In this way, we can go on increasing the null hypothesis. To do this analysis, analyze, compare general linear, and we go with the univariate. Yes, score is a dependent. Should I show the navigation once again, madam?
Yes, yes, sir.
Should I show it once again?
Yes, sir.
Analyze general linear in this univariate. In this, score is a dependent and these two are independent. Fixed factors I'm taking. And click OK. So two independent variables I have taken. I've taken two independent variables and one dependent variable. Now this is output screen, madam. Very simple to understand. First null hypothesis says there is no significant difference between ability towards score, I said, right, madam?
Yes, sir.
See a significant value. How much is a significant value? 0.033, right?
Yes, sir.
If it is less than 0.05, we reject. So is it less than 0.05? Yes. So
Yes.
reject the null hypothesis. Means there is a difference between ability to score.
Okay.
Second null hypothesis, method. Significant value is how much? 0.901. Null hypothesis, there is no significant difference between method towards a score.
Okay.
So this value, significant value is more than 0.05. So we accept this null hypothesis.
Okay, sir.
So when you accept it means there is a difference between, there is no difference between method towards a score. And you can even see the interaction also, ability and method.
Okay, sir.
Interaction means combination of ability and method also we can check. Means the combination, the interaction of ability and method has no significant difference between towards the score. So you see the significant value 0.047,
Yes.
which is less than 0.05. So we reject the null hypothesis again here also. So this is two-way ANOVA. So we have seen one-way ANOVA, two-way ANOVA, repeated measure ANOVA. This one-way and two-way both are independent. In repeated, only this independent variable is having a nature called as a dependent. Okay, madam.
Yes, sir.
Right. And you can see here, important thing is in two-way ANOVA, we have independent variables are more than 2. Is it okay, madam?
Yes, sir.
Right. And when you come for MANOVA, the condition changes. Dependent variables will become 2. Independent variable will be 1. With one independent variable and 2 dependent variables, we're going to go with MANOVA. I'm not going to take up MANOVA because the analysis is somewhat bit complicated. And we don't have directly in this. So I'm just only showing the conditions, madam.
Okay, sir.
In MANOVA, dependent variable will be 2 dependent variables. And independent variable can be 1. Is it okay, madam?
Yes, sir.
So till now, whatever we discussed all comes under parametric tests.
Okay.
And you can see all parametric dependent variables are scale data and normal distribution.
Okay, sir.
If they are not normally distributed, then we must use non-parametric methods. Then we must use non-parametric method. Right. I already shown you this one. These methods. So when you are using in parametric, same condition, we are using two independent sample t-test. In non-parametric, we must use Mann-Whitney u-test, madam.
Okay, sir.
In parametric, if the data scale and normal distribution, we must use whenever you are using paid t-test. In non-parametric, we must use Wilcoxon sign rank test. And in parametric, if we are using ANOVA and the data is not normally distributed, we can go with the Kruskal-Wallis tests. In parametric, if you are using repeated measure ANOVA, then in non-parametric, you must use Friedman test. Important thing is parametric can only handle scale data and data which is not normally distributed. Data which is not normally distributed. Data which is normally distributed, sorry. Parametric test must use data which is only normally distributed. But in non-parametric, we can use a scale data, we can use ordinal data, and you can use nominal data also we can use. And if it is using scale data, there is no condition that the data should be normally distributed. So it is very comfort to use non-parametric. But why many people are using parametric? Any answer, madam? You have?
No,
Hello?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then why people are using parametric more? Because in parametric, you can have more sample size, but non-parametric generally it should be less than 30 only. What happens? The capacity of non-parametric test is very less.
Okay.
30 sample only. If you, for example, you are having very high sample, then we cannot go with the non-parametric method. Like 300, generally PhD data goes to 800, 900, they goes.
Okay, okay, sir.
So their non-parametric should not be used. But as a statistician, when I'm doing analysis, what is happening is we depend on the interest of the professor only. They say, no, you do t-test, you do ANOVA. Then
Okay.
we are going, we suggest only them to please use parametric or please use non-parametric methods. So same test, madam, non-parametric also, you can, this is all non-parametric, which are reciprocal. Means in this case, what are you using two sample independent, you must use Mann-Whitney test. Is it fine?
Okay. Okay, sir.
What I do is I'll use the same test what I used for t-test. Then I'll use for non-parametric also.
Okay.
Like for example, just now we said that, is there any difference between gender towards a GPS score? We said. Same test I'm going to use for Mann-Whitney u-test, expecting that the GPS score is not normally distributed. Fine?
Okay, sir.
Right. Let us go to analysis. What is the condition we are using here? The method you want to check, is there any significant difference between gender towards a GPS score? Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Right. Analyze. In SPSS, we have non-parametric tests. In non-parametric, we have legacy dialogues. Here, two independent samples, because I said gender, that is a male female, is two independent samples. Here grouping variable is gender. We'll make it as 1 and 2, continue, and testing is GPS code. And you can see this all the tests which we can use, but I am taking as Mann-Whitney u-test only. Click OK. So this is a Mann-Whitney U test. What is the null hypothesis I have? There is no significant difference between male and female towards a GPA score. You can see the male GPA score mean rank is 57. Female mean rank is 45. Males are performing more than females. And see the test statistics. Significant value is 0.057. So we're not able to reject it, because if it is more than 0.05, we accept the null hypothesis. Is it okay, madam?
Yes, sir.
Now, what is the null hypothesis? There is no significant difference between male and female towards GPA score. That we are accepting, because it is how much the value 0.057, which is more than 0.05. And
Yes, sir.
please understand, the same test we have did between for two independent sample t test. Do you remember, madam?
Okay, sir.
There we have rejected. We said there is a difference, but now here we are accepting here. See the power of the test, because people take because there we, according to t test, which is data is not normally distributed, we said there is a difference between male and female, but here we are saying there is no difference between male and female.
Okay, sir.
So the test wise results will change. Right. Now here 0.05 means which is not less than 0.05. So we are going to accept the null hypothesis. Means there is a significant difference. There is no significant difference between male and female. Right. Can we go ahead, madam? Is it okay? Able to understand so many methods at once?
Yes, sir. Basically, sir, I am from the mathematics background, sir.
That's why I'm saying, because see, statistics have so much capability.
Yes, but I can understand this concept, sir. It's quite clear as you are explaining in a very simple
Right.
manner.
Right. Now this what I want to focus for you, madam, because see, whenever you're using paid t-test, we will be using Wilcoxon sign rank test. In parametric, wherever you're using paid t-test, when we use paid t-test, you can see here, paid t-test is used when the data is nominal and independent. But see, Wilcoxon sign rank test, when we are using data is nominal, dependent, and scale, the dependent variable is scale or ordinal, but not nominal, nominal. Then what test we are using, madam? Wilcoxon sign rank test.
Okay.
If the levels are increasing, madam, from 2 level, if it is going to more than 2 level and they are independent, we'll be using Kruskal-Wallis test.
Okay.
And if the independent variable is nominal, more than 2 level, and they are dependent, we will be using Friedman test.
Okay.
And if it is nominal, 2 or more than 2, this is very important. Chi-square test. From here, all are scale or ordinal, madam. But if the data becomes nominal, both are nominal.
Okay.
Then we will be using chi-square test.
Okay, sir.
Right? And if there are exactly 2 levels, then you must choose McNemer test.
Okay.
You can understand one important thing. Always independent variable is nominal only. Only dependent variable is changing. Right, madam?
Yes, sir.
Why? Because we are comparing the impact of independent towards dependent. Always I'm saying is the difference between gender towards score, I'm saying. So this dependent can be changing, but independent always are nominal only. So the combination of tests what we are taking here depends on the dependent variable basically and the number of values it is having. When you come for independent, you must see the levels here. Exactly 2 levels or more than 2 levels, what levels you are using, these things should be taken care of.
Okay, sir.
Is it fine, madam?
Yes, sir.
Now, if the independent variable becomes scale, for example, if this independent variable becomes scale, then what test should be used? Different common. Right. If the independent variable is becoming scale, you can see scale, and it is also scale, then we are using simple linear regression. right? Correlation can be used or linear regression can be used, madam.
Okay, sir.
If it is only one, dependent is only one, and independent is one, dependent is one, simple linear. If independent increases, then it goes to what? Multiple linear regression. Is it okay, madam?
Okay.
And see, if the dependent, I'll just show you. If the dependent is becoming ordinal, then we are going to use what? Ordinal regression. If the dependent is nominal and independent is whatever it may be, it is going to become logistic regression. And if both are scale, this is a very important condition which we actually face. Both are scale data and more than one. Dependent is also more than one. You cannot see that one. Only for MANOVA you can see this one, more than one. And here it is more than one, we will be using canonical correlation.
Okay, sir.
And if both are nominal and both are more than one, we will be using conjoint analysis.
Okay.
So the combinations, madam, we must see what is the data type first. We must see the measurement type, because all the story is going only with whether it is nominal, ordinal, or scale only.
Okay.
And we must, when it is scale, again you must check whether it is normal distributed or not normal distributed. And you must check what is the number of size of dependent and what is the size of independent.
Okay.
Both size should be checked. Basing on the combinations, the type of methods can be used.
Okay.
Right, madam?
Yes, sir.
In my YouTube channel, madam, I have explained about all these methods.
Okay.
In a very clear form. I've explained about all the methods, even how to test, normality test, whatever I've discussed now.
Okay, sir.
Everything have explained in a very beautiful form. You can see about multilinear regressions. Okay, you can see basics of SPSS, all different type of tests, whatever tests, even samples as how to determine also, I've explained in a very clear form, madam.
Okay, sir.
Different conditions, and they are because in research basing on different type of methods, type of conditions of data, the methods are going to change.
Okay.
Right, madam?
Yes, sir.